British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace has announced plans to move some of his tanks to Germany to bring the British presence there to a fully armoured brigade for the first time in a decade. Previously, Britain had withdrawn some of its troops from European countries in 2010 amid the tendency of Western countries to focus on fighting terrorism and maintaining more positive relations with Russia. Additional tanks will be based at the NATO Forward Holding Facility in the Sinelager training area in Germany. At the same time, the UK Ministry of Defence has no plans to increase the number of troops deployed there. The changes are expected to allow for the rapid strengthening of NATO's eastern wing. The UK would thus effectively reverse its 2010 decision to remove part of its armoured brigade from Germany, partly justified by the absence of an immediate threat from Russia. An anonymous source told The Telegraph that the move announced by Ben Wallace was prompted by Whitehall's concerns about alleged Russian military activity on the Ukrainian border. The source claims that London sees them as aggressive and worrying. Moscow has repeatedly dismissed unsubstantiated media reports of military buildup on the border with Ukraine and says no one cares how the country moves its military within its borders. The response comes amid several NATO members expressing concern that Russia may be planning to invade Ukrainian territory amid a claimed military buildup. The Kremlin pointed out that Western countries had sounded a similar alarm in April 2021, when Russia's armed forces had been relocated to the country's western outskirts. At that time it turned out that the move was related to routine military exercises. In his speech to the House of Commons, Defense Secretary Ben Wallace also addressed other issues, stressing that the upgrade of Britain's armed forces was long overdue. The minister blamed years of underinvestment for the current situation of the British armed forces. Wallace also announced that around £8 billion will be spent in the next decade buying new helicopters and armoured vehicles for the military. In addition, around £40 billion will be used to acquire upgrade kits for the British Army. The move follows London's decision to cut its armed forces from 82,500 to 73,000. However, Wallace defended this earlier decision by Whitehall as correct.